Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here, back with more digital marketing advice. In today's video, I want to discuss whether or not you should actually pay any attention to that sort of free unsolicited advice that Google tries to offer you via its account support specialists or support reps or whatever they're being called these days. So long story short, if you run Google ads, you've probably had someone from Google try and call you up on the phone or send you an email, and oftentimes they can be very persistent in doing this and not really take no for an answer, and they want to get you on a free complimentary call to go through your account because usually they've got optimizations to share or recommendations to share. The exact wording, the exact terminology, how they talk to you does differ a bit from account to account and rep to rep, but the principle is the same. Basically, it's someone calls you up or contacts you, tries to get you on a call, and then they want to go through the sort of account changes and optimizations and recommendations that they claim will help your account. And so what I want to do in this video is just discuss whether or not you should pay any attention. And long story short, I think in the vast majority of cases, no, you should not. You've probably heard that saying, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Well, that applies here. The purpose of those account support specialists, reps, whatever you want to call them, is not to give you genuine, useful advice that will grow your business with Google Ads. It's to sell more advertising and to get you testing more features. And if I had $1 for every time a business has approached me saying, hey, we spoke to Google, they helped us change some things on our account and our advertising is not performing as well, or we're spending more money and getting nothing more for it, you know, I wouldn't have $1 million, but I'd certainly have a nice little pot of cash to buy me a nice dinner out or something like that. It happens way too often. And long story short, you shouldn't pay any attention at all, in my view, to what these account specialists have to say. If you want to humor them or humble them or whatever you want to put it, however you want to say it, you could go on a call, but what I absolutely implore you to do is not implement anything on that call. One of the things I like least about how Google runs the system is that they're trying to get you on the free complimentary call, and then the idea is the rep is pretty much incentivized, their kind of metrics, their KPIs they're trying to hit is getting calls booked and getting you making changes on those calls. And what they want you to do is make the changes to the account that they request and suggest on the call itself. It's really hard to get them to give you a rundown of suggestions that you can review independently outside of the call. On numerous occasions, I've tried to sort of see if I could get them to put something in writing and say, hey, send me your suggestions in writing, I'll review them, then we can book a call to discuss if I'm assisting a client and trying to sort of take the flak for the client here. They don't want to do it. They want to get you on the call. They ideally want to get the business owner, whoever's got the least amount of experience with Google Ads, on the call, pressure sales, kind of pressure cooker tactics to get you making those changes. And long story short, they are not in your best interest the vast majority of the time. Sometimes I've seen it where there is a sort of overlap and what Google's support reps suggest and what's in the best interests of your business do overlap sometimes, and that can be beneficial, but that happens in such a small percentage of the cases that I see that I really think the blanket rule should be just to ignore any of this advice. So don't feel bad about ignoring the phone calls. Even if they get a bit aggressive and pushy, and I've found sometimes there is, a really kind of pushy aspect to the calls. They keep coming, the emails start following up if you don't answer the calls, you get the voicemails, all that kind of stuff. Just ignore them, nothing bad's going to happen. Google will keep taking your money. They're not going to cut you off from Google Ads just because you don't pick up the phone to their account support specialists. But just bear in mind that because they're offering this service for free, it's not in your best interests. They are just trying to get you to buy more advertising. Think of these people not as support specialists, but as salespeople for Google Ads, and that should hopefully change your perspective. If you've got any questions on this, please do let me know. You can leave a comment below. Email me on info@samfrost.co.nz. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.